All right, then we're going to do our water test. And first I'm going to just test the cowl. So I have my hose running into the cowl, mostly avoiding the wipers if at all possible. So, stupid thing, it tries to move on its own, but maybe stay there. But you see water's draining out of here. This cowl has got two drains on it. It's got one on each end. They're about that long and maybe about that thick. So if it's draining out there, that means the drains are passing water. So that one's draining also. So the drains are clear. So it's not clogged up. And then you have on that end down there, you have right in there, you have a what's called a top hat, and it's the fresh air intake, and it's a piece of metal that's just like a round pipe that comes up through the cowl, and it stands up, high enough that it doesn't let water, water can't overflow into it. Shouldn't. So take a look in here and see if we have Niagara Falls yet. Uh-oh, I see a drip. See right there in that corner. Let's see. Water coming down, excuse me. So where is it coming from? So, is it coming out of the bottom of the heater box? Turn my hand off and see. Well, it's wet right here. That bolt is, but I'll dry my hand back off, make sure. Yeah. I was looking at a northern. Oh, wait a minute. Look right here. It's wet right down in there. So, So I bet what's happening is there's water coming down into there, and it's leaking right through that seam right there and going down. Let's peel that little bit of. A little bit more of that seam sealer off here. Yeah, that's where it's coming. So now I got to figure out how to get that in there. I bet I know. I know exactly how it's coming in. You see that antenna coming through right there? Well, it's also, let me think about this. There might be a pass-through in there. What's in here? Oh yeah, it's wet, so. Alright, well that's one of them. So there's water leaking from some mystery location. Right there. What is that? A drip. There's a couple of spots there where it's run down the firewall. I'm not convinced. It could be coming through where one of those push-throughs is for the one of those pass-throughs for the heater box too. Alright, so this side is dry. Try not to drop the telephone. Nothing going on there that I can see. Alright, so let's go up. Ouch! Man, this car will kill you with the metal here. Alright, so let's go up a little bit if I can do this with not dropping the hose too much. Alright, so that's going to get, stay there, stay there, stay there. Alright, so that's right up on the windshield and the right hand wiper. So let's see what happens now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Would you say that's a leak? Dang. That's a leak and a half, isn't it? So where's that coming from? That is coming. I'm making my hand here. That is coming right out of. Come on, dude, get the light in there, huh? That's coming right out of the damn seam to the windshield. So, gentlemen, that's what rests your floor pans at on a Mopar. So let's just test the theory that the wiper seals may be leaking. I'm going to douse these. And then we're going to see if we get any evidence that they're leaking. Sorry for the camera work here. Bear with me, please. If I got my cell phone wet, would y'all buy me a new one? There it is. That's leaking right on the fuse box nearly. Ooh, stop all that. Good grief. Okay, ah! Okay then, all right, in my best professor's voice. Okay then, students. Okay then, students of Mopar leakage, what do we learn from this? We learn that the wiper seals, even when they're not looking very good, like these are not looking very good, they're old, that they're probably not responsible for the leaks unless they have been taken out and those little foam seals have been disturbed. Because you can see these wiper pivots are 100% dry, no leakage. And I'm pretty sure that the other ones are the same way. I can look up there, actually can see the other one, and it's also dry. So where is this massive leak coming out from that is coming through there? Well, what's happened is exactly what I was afraid of. This windshield is held in by, it sits in this is a one-piece seal that goes around here, and this, of course, this molding comes off with some difficulty, but this thing comes out and it's got a lock strip in it, which is basically just there's like a channel made into this, and then there's like a piece that fits down in it like a wedge, big long thing that's just kind of goes the whole perimeter of it and holds this whole thing in. But at the bottom there's a metal, well, I can show you what it looks mostly like. It looks just about like this on the whole bottom of this thing, and there's like a little channel down in there. And what happens over the 50 years or so, you see all that junk that's washed out of there. Well, this thing, you see how it's got rust right here? Well, that's the tip of the iceberg. That's just what you can see. What happens is these things get dirt in them and junk down in them, and it just happens, you know, over time. And it sits down in there, and water sits on it, and it rots this channel out under there. So that's where it's coming from. We're going to get this. I don't bet, but I'm going to just about guarantee you when we get this windshield pulled out that there's going to be several rotten spots all the way across there, and that's why the water is pouring down through there. It's coming right through just the frame of the car. You saw it coming out of that seam in there on both sides. So, and this over here that's leaking, I think that may be related to the windshield, maybe, but there might be something that's going on that I'll have to track down. Some other little leak in there that's going down in that crevice. I've never seen that happen before. It was leaking through the door seals until I replaced the door seal. So these things, they're a pain to keep dry because, you know, the windshield sealing just goes away over time. But that's not a big deal. We'll just fix it. I mean, I anticipate that, because if you look back here, got the same thing going on in the trunk. That's what takes the trunks out on these. You look here on this corner, see all that rust right there, and over here, same deal. So that's just what you can see. I guarantee you. See, there's a stain right in there. I guarantee you that this thing, when I take this glass out, it's going to be rotten in the corners. That's just what they do. So, especially a car that sits around near the coast where the salt's in like the dew, I guess, mixes in with the moisture in the air, sort of settles on it. It's really bad. That brown, I don't know if some of you may remember that brown Duster I had for a while that I parted out. That car was just, man, every seam on that car is rotted out. It was, I kind of wish I kept it and just fixed it, but, you know, I'm just now getting where I can do work like this, hopefully, so that just won't even happen. But anyway, I thought this might be a little interesting to you to see where these leaks come from on these old cars, especially these A-bodies. So if you got a wet floor or a rotted out floor, you know where to look now. And it's going to be really interesting, I think, to get this windshield out and see how bad this is in here. But it was not maybe something on the right-hand side of the cowl, possibly, but it was not the wiper seals. It was technically it's not the windshield seal, I don't believe, because that would have to be coming, you know, you'd have to see it migrate back up the inside of the windshield. It's not been doing that. So I think it's 100% got rotted out channel under there. Oh well, more work for us. All right, guys. See you then. I think that's all I'm going to do today. Out here, I may do a little bit inside in the garage. So I think we may test that radio. Let's do that, the last little thing to do today, and we'll see what's going on with that. See if we got a good radio or not. All right.